Log on to the KBC website at www.kbc.co.ke to get the latest breaking news, entertainment, sports, politics, lifestyle or business trends from Kenya and around the world. Never miss new episodes from your favorite TV shows, reruns and movies. Just stream online or watch live on your YouTube channel at KBC Channel 1 TV shows. For the day's biggest stories, trustworthy news and family entertainment, log on to KBC Channel 1. Watch what you want anytime, anywhere.
Ili kupata skiza tune hii ya subira, bonyeza *811*397#.
Mwanangu, ujihunywewa ukiwa moto. Supu pia ni tamu na moto wake. Ila hasira ukipa kwa moto, moto wake utakuchoma. Hasira moto itachoma urafiki. Hasira moto itachoma kazi. Hasira moto itachoma ndoa. Ukiacha ipoe, basi hubadilika kuwa msamaha. Unapomaliza mwaka.
Ili kupata skiza tune hiyo ya subira, bonyeza *811*397#. *811*397#.
有一段故事建筑一座城堡。
You said au revoir back? He still has my luggage. How could you say bye to him?
Oh yeah, hey, it's no big deal.
I really pity her, having to have you as mother.
Chue, you shouldn't speak to Miss Chin like that.
You even promised that if someday I could make rice that tasted just like what you could make, you'd do whatever I asked for.
What's going on here?
有一段故事建筑一座城堡。回放进去后就不再打。
A wounded heart.
Why did you have to come back?
See, I'm still in love with you. A brave heart.
I saved your father's company. You're a nobody.
I want a divorce.
An ambitious heart.
The man won't sell his land.
Just make him do it. That's what you're here for.
An innocent heart.
He can't force me to sell my land, Father.
My brother will do anything to take your land. Take care of yourself, please.
A possessive heart.
Do what you have to do to get it.
Lying heart.
Fue sembrando el veneno y la ambición entre dudas y un abismo.
Indeed, a very good afternoon to you. It is 1 p.m. and we are live here at the Broadcasting House. We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube and on Twitter at KBC Channel 1. I am Nissy Imano. I am joined by Lensa Odinga as our sign language interpreter. Right, we begin in West Pokot, where tension is high in Chesagon area along the West Pokot and Elgeyo-Marakwet border after 4 people were killed over the weekend and 400 herds of cattle stolen by bandits believed to be from the neighboring Marakwet community. West Pokot professionals drawn from troubled Pokot Central border condemned the killings and are now urging the government to deploy more security officers in the area in order to contain the situation.
The professionals drawn from the area who staged a peaceful demonstration faulted the government over being biased in deploying security officers and arming the National Police reservists handling security issues along the neighboring counties in the region.
Condemn in the strongest terms possible the senseless killing of innocent people in Chesekon area of West Pokot County by Marakwet bandits.
Sisi kama wamama tumelia sana na tumechoka kulia kwa upande wa Chesigo kwa kupoteza watoto kila mwezi.
Tunasema ni maneno ambayo si mzuri kwetu na tunataka kusema hii ikue mwisho. Wakati tunataka kuenda mwaka vizuri, mambo mabaya inatendeka na ni mchana wasiwasi na inachulikana. Tunataka kuuliza wakamatwe, watiwe mbaroni, haki itendeke kwetu.
The situation has caused a humanitarian crisis as people from Chepkogo and Chepto locations have camped in other areas considered safer, while schools in the area remain easy targets, with residents now fearing their children may not reopen for that term.
These perennial attacks from Marakwet side has resulted to the closure of schools. School children will not be able to attend school, open school this term, which is tomorrow, is next term, that term. 9 schools in those areas has been affected for that term.
Shule nafunguliwa sahi, hakuna mtu ya Chesigo nitasoma. Shule zote sahi hakuna, hiyo ipande ya border hakuna, kwa sababu hakuna security, hakuna polisi kwa pande yetu.
The professionals led by Pius Lokoyel condemned the killings and are now calling upon the government to deploy more security officers in the area in order to contain security in the region.
The government should come up with the urgent interventions to ensure safety of school-going children. We are therefore urging the government to ensure prompt intervention.
Watu ya Chesigo jinsi wanaumia, tafadhali saidia sisi police post. Wekea sisi police post Chesigo, wekea sisi Sewere, wekea sisi Sapulmoi, wekea sisi Sokoto. Saidia sisi ndio tukae kidogo na amani.
Those killed are a teacher, a Form 3 student, a Standard 8 pupil, and a 17-year-old man. One person who was injured is recuperating at the Kakamega County Referral Hospital. Jacqueline Masharia for Lunchtime News.
In Kakamega, police in Kakamega County are investigating an incident where a woman is said to have set herself ablaze together with her 3 children in Lugari B sub-county. 29-year-old Helen Vuyanzi is said to have caused the fire after a disagreement with her husband over alleged infidelity.
Helen Vuyanzi and 2 of her children died in the fire she lit in their house, while another child escaped unhurt after squeezing himself through the window.
So wakati tulikuja tukajaribu kuangalia nini chanzo ya moto, hatukujua, lakini nyumba ikawa imeshika moto kabisa na wakaungua wakiwa ndani. Baada tujajua sababu kamili yenye ilifanya ifike hiyo kiwango ya nyumba kuchomeka.
The family's spokesperson Stephen Okila said they learned of the matter after seeing the house engulfed in a cloud of smoke.
Wakati tulizima hiyo moto ndio tukakuta ya kwamba huyu mama na watoto wawili, ule mwingine mkubwa alikuwa ametoka ndani, akawa mama amechomeka kiwango kikubwa na watoto wawili.
Lugari OCPD Bernard Ngongo urged residents to find better ways of solving domestic disputes.
Ni mzuri kushauriana ama kuuliza mawaidha kuliko kuchukua kitu kama hiyo. Naona watoto innocent wameungua hapo ndani kwa bure, ambaye hawangetosha kukufa. Wangetafuta ushauri, waongee na wasuluhishe.
The bodies of the 3 are being preserved at the Webuye County Hospital mortuary awaiting burial. Reporting for Lunchtime News, I'm Wamboi Otiende.
Away from that, a section of members of Keroka Technical Training Institute Board of Management and Trainees have opposed plans to have a new principal at the institution. They have insisted that they are comfortable with the outgoing principal Samuel Cheriot, whom they credit for initiating several development projects at the institution. The incoming principal Haron Maosa has, however, affirmed that he has what it takes to steer the development of the institution forward.
A standoff is looming at the Keroka Technical Training Institute, with a section of members of the Board of Management and trainees opposing the move to transfer the institution's principal Samuel Cheruyot, whom they say has initiated several development projects at the institution.
Kuna courses kama surveyor zikuwa nikikuja, but I'm introduce new courses, alafu ako very friendly to both workers, wanafunzi wote. Kila mtu anaweza muona, alafu ni mtu understanding. Kama uko na shida ya fees, kama kuna area uja clear, mnaweza ongea naye alafu akusaidie.
A section of learners has threatened to transfer from the institution should the Ministry of Education fail to reconsider its decision.
Huyu principal wenyewe akienda, sisi hatuoni kama wengine tutaendelea kusoma huku, kwa sababu tumeona yale ambayo ametenda kutoka wakati aliingia hapa shule. Hii shule ilikuwa mbali sana, ameijenga mpaka amepanga graduation iko next year ambayo haijawahi kuwa hii shule.
Tunaomba serikali kwanza, the Minister of Education Bwana Maoga ajaribu aingilie hii maneno ya ndio mwalimu aendelee kufanya kazi nzuri alikuwa anafanya. Sio vizuri kubadilisha shule saa ile mwalimu saa ile ameanza kufanya kazi.
The incoming principal, Haron Maosa, has on his part affirmed that he has what it takes to run the institution.
I have a strong belief that now my current assignment is to steer Keroka to higher heights from where I've taken over from Mr. Cheruyot, who has moved to Harvest, and I congratulate him. He has done serious improvements from the time we took over.
Maosa was the principal of Koinoini Technical Training Institute before he was transferred to Keroka Technical Training Institute. For Lunchtime News, I'm Safin Aching Ouma.
Away from that, Kandara Member of Parliament Alice Wahome has challenged the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to be firm and assure Kenyans over free and fair election process. Wahome says that the independent body should remain vigilant in ensuring the election reflects the will of the people.
Kandara Member of Parliament Alice Wahome has called on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to remain vigilant in defending its space by conducting credible elections. Wahome further hailed the IEBC for withdrawing from the Election Planning Committee.
The IEBC, or Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, must remain vigilant in defending the space and independence of their mandate in conducting credible, reputable elections and raise the integrity bar. The general elections must be conducted in the most professional, transparent, and accountable manner. This is a constitutional obligation.
Last Friday's rally at Bukungu Stadium to endorse Raila Odinga's presidential bid continues causing ripples in the region's politics. Matayo's Member of Parliament Godfrey Odanga is cautioning leaders who snubbed the meeting from estranging themselves from the team with higher chances of forming the next government.
Yote anaweza kuwa spokesman wa Waluhya, hata mimi Geoffrey Makoho Odanga anaweza kuwa. Kama Oparanya amechukuliwa na tumekubali achukuliwe ni sawa. Na tujasema kwamba kwa kutambua Oparanya kwamba Musalia Mudavadi ni kiumbe duni ama ni mmoja wapo ambaye ni duni. Tumesema na mlisikia wanasiasa wengi wakisema ya kwamba wangependa Musalia Mudavadi arudi kujiunga na Azimio. Tunaomba bado aendelee kufanya hivyo.
Elsewhere, Samburu West Member of Parliament Naisula Lesuda has asked leaders campaigning in the region to seek votes with decorum and avoid intimidating others. Speaking during a soccer tournament at Kenyatta Stadium in Maralal, Lesuda said the Samburu will choose leaders based on their track record.
Wakuje waombe kura na heshima, waombe viongozi wao kura na heshima, lakini mambo yetu ya local politics wawachie hawa raia waamue.
Finally, the gubernatorial race in Kilifi County is proving a headache for the Orange Democratic Party, with 4 contestants eyeing the seat. The 4R Devolution CAS Gideon Mungaro, County Speaker Jimmy Kahindi, Kenyan High Commissioner to Tanzania Dan Kazungu, and Deputy Governor Gideon Saburi.
Sisi tumekuja kwa njia swafi, kwa roho swafi kwa ODM, lakini ikiwa mtaweka viongozi wa fisadi katika viti, basi sisi hatuna budi kuhama ODM. Tutahama ODM.
Mimi nimejitokeza kutafuta kiti na nitazungumza na wakazi wa Kilifi. Kwa hivyo wapinzani wasiingiwe na baridi, bado ni mapema. Bado ni mapema. Hii game hata bado tuko warm up. Kwa hivyo ile nimeona Kilifi watu wamepiga kelele, wengine wanasema watahama. Sasa kama wewe umejiamini, si ungoje tuingie ground.
Kwa hivyo ukisikia mtu analialia, mwambie asajili wanachama, tutahakikisha kwamba mchujo utakuwa mzuri zaidi, na kama unashia tutarejelea hata kama ni mara 4 ili tupate yule ambaye ni bora. Lakini kabla mchujo tutaita wale wagombezi tukae nao. Tuulize watueleze kulingana na nguvu yao na kulingana vile wanawasikia wafuasi wao. Kama mtu anataka kuendelea aendelee.
Mambo ya kura ndani ya ODM tutayafanya kidemokrasia. Ikifika wakati wa nomination, kila mtu atapewa nafasi. Hakuna atakayekwenda bila kupingwa.
Nissy Kwari, Lunchtime News.
The decision by Isiolo Somali Council of Elders to subject aspirants vying for MCA position in Burat and Bulapesa wards to a vetting process and emerge with one candidate per ward has resulted to a huge rift in the community, with elders from the Harti, Ajuran, Dogodia and Murule clans withdrawing their membership from the Council of Elders, citing massive irregularities in the vetting process. Leaders of the 4 clans accused the chairperson and secretary general of the umbrella Somali Council of Elders of favoritism and graft in the vetting and nomination process that came up with a candidate for both Bulapesa and Burat wards. They distanced themselves from the decisions and vowed to field candidates they believe are more suitable.
Sisi kama jamii, kila jamii iko chamani yao. Kama machamani yetu wanasema nyinyi simameni step down, hiyo ndio sina ridhika. Na ile kura ya jana sisi hatuko tayari kufata. Kura wananchi ndio wanapiga. Kura ya Burat ni kama 14,000. Kura 14,000 watu 30 hawezi amulia.
Na hata ile kamati watatu yetu ambao wangekuwa pamoja na mimi tuko watatu watasimama kwa hiyo kazi ya Somali Council of Elders, kwa vile hatuna imani nao na hatuna paka waondoke hii watu wawili ambao wanatatiza, na hakuna kura wanaweza kuzuia mtu. Kura ni ya electoral commission. Electoral commission ndio inapatiana timetable. Hii timetable ya kutengenezwa wakati ni ya biashara na kupora watu.
Sisi ni jamii 4 iko pamoja na wanasimama ile watu 3 ile wanasimama wanatoa mtu mmoja, na kutoka saa hii mimi watu 3 ile ya Somali Elders jamii yetu imetoa kutoka saa hii haiko ndani na siwezi rudi mpaka wabadilishe hii watu 2 wanafanya watu biashara.
Viongozi ya vijana wa Somali, sisi wenyewe hiyo jamii 4 tutakaa chini, venye wazee wamesema sasa hii kuna ile election ya ma MCA hiyo jamii 3 hiyo. Pia sisi tutakaa kama vijana hiyo jamii 3, tuwe na chairman wetu, tujipange kivyetu kimaendeleo ama kuungana.
Now, imagine a factory environment where all the workers are deaf apart from the manager, yet the output is superb. How is communication like? Safina Cheng, accompanied by our sign language interpreter Lensa Odingo, visited an all-deaf staff workshop in Nairobi's Kaila Estate and filed the following report.
It is a busy afternoon at this workshop located off Spine Road in Kayole Estate in Nairobi. Men at work. Everything here is done in silence, save for the sound of the tools as the workers skillfully put these pieces of furniture together. A silent workshop that is now a safe haven for an all-deaf staff. To making queries and requests, from taking orders and instructions. It is all done in sign language. Francis Maina has been working here for more than 1 year, and his life, he says, has taken a different turn.
Before, my life had a lot of challenges. Working with the deaf group, but when I saw there was no benefit, then Corona came and enslaved us. So I decided to move and come here, and then to see how I work here. Then the boss here taught me how to nail and how to paint. Then I started working. When I saw and I continued well, I saw the benefits. So my life changed.
Sentiments echoed by Geoffrey Odhiambo, who despite being deaf, has unmatched skills in painting and carpentry.
I can have my own money, I can save some, and then I can control how I spend. Yes, I can save some. I know how to budget. Yes, I control things about my life.
Francis and Geoffrey are part of the 6 deaf staff employed at this workshop. Their boss, Anthony Maugui, is not deaf, hence the curiosity. What prompted him to settle for an all-deaf staff?
Nimekuwa na vijana wengi sana wenye nilikuwa nimewafunza kazi. Ile hali ya kufunzana na vijana kazi, vijana wakaanza kutoka na kuanza kupiga hii kazi vita. Mimi nikakaa bila kuwa na kazi sana vizuri, ndio vijana wameipiga sasa ndio nilikutana na ama deaf, sasa ndio nikaanza unaona sasa hii kazi imeanza kuinuka sasa.
Despite the positive business prospects, Anthony admits that his main challenge was how to communicate with his staff, and they had to urgently become innovative.
Wakati wa kwanza ilikuwa ngumu kidogo kuelewana nao, lakini sasa ile hali kuzoeana nao, wenyewe sasa wakaanza kunifunza vitu zenye wanataka vile zinaitwa. Kama rangi, wananionyesha inakorogwa hivi ndio rangi. Ile ya kuchanganya wanaiita hivi. Anafanya hivi unajua ni hiyo. Wakitaka rangi wanakuambia hii. Wakitaka kala ya grey wanafanyia hivi. Wakitaka ile ya red wanafanyia ulimi.
The boss is here. Our boss is hearing. Yes, we have a challenge of communication. Sometimes we want something and I don't know, I'm stuck or he's stuck. It forces him to write them to make our communication easy. So he tries at least to try to teach him some sign language. He can understand a little bit of sign language. The deaf also here, they help one another in our work.
His decision has presented the much-needed golden opportunity for his employees who would otherwise be languishing in poverty, courtesy of the discriminations persons with disabilities face when seeking opportunities.
Before, I tried working. I applied. I was called for an interview, but the boss said, wait. Yes, maybe next week we'll communicate. I waited, and then times passed. There was a challenge, or what is the problem? Then I decided to leave it. I would send messages, but there's no response. I said maybe they are ignoring me, or maybe they picked a hearing person to come and work. I don't know. So I gave up and I dropped it.
Persons with disabilities experience significantly high rates of unemployment compared to the rest of the population, and when lucky, they get low-paying jobs. Factors for the high unemployment rates range from low educational attainment, lack of employable skills, inaccessible information on employment, lack of access to self-employment opportunities, rapidly changing labor markets, and conducive working environment, as well as perceptions by employers who frequently regard persons with disabilities as unsuitable for employment.
This attitude, it cannot help the deaf. Some think that they oppress, but sometimes when you look at me, I don't look oppressed. It's myself who has the disability. It's about my life. I learn, I go and work anywhere I can work. Example, When the deaf says, me, I cannot work as a carpenter. I don't want cheap jobs. But they forget that in knowledge and education level is different. In Kenya, we have a big problem of accepting everything. So we need to stop this kind of attitude.
Hawa ni watu wazuri sana. Ni mtu mkifanya naye kazi na muelewane. Ni mtu anafikiria vile hata yeye atajijenga. Afikiri vile atakubomoa na yeye ajibomoe. Si kama hao wengine wenye wanazungongea wako na ile undani ile uchini ya kuharibu. Lakini huyu ni mtu mwenye anataka hata yaone amesima baadaye.
Quite the interesting story there by our reporter Safin Acheng, accompanied by our sign language interpreter Lensa Odingo. We now cross over to Lamu County, where 6 people have been killed following an attack by suspected Al-Shabaab militants at Wido village in Lamu County. According to Lamu County Commissioner Irungu Masharia, the suspected militants also torched several houses during the attack. One of the victims was shot dead, another was hacked to death, while 4 others were burnt to death in their houses. Police managed to recover 1 spent cartridge of special caliber from the scene. The bodies of the deceased were moved to Mpeketoni Sub-County Hospital morgue pending identification and autopsy. Investigations into the matter have commenced, but the motive of the attack is yet to be established. In Marsabit County, peace crusaders in northern Kenya are adopting new strategies aimed at restoring peace among warring communities. Marsabit County stakeholders have resorted to educating the youth to change their mindset from livestock theft traditions to modern and legal means of livelihood. Channel 1's Adan Ibrahim was at Golbo Boys Secondary School, where construction of a center of excellence in the region is underway, and filed this report.
Perennial conflicts in the larger Marsabit County have greatly affected several development indicators in the area. It is for this reason that stakeholders are calling for a mind shift among pastoral communities through promotion of academic excellence as one of the strategies aimed at stopping the conflicts.
Hapa kwetu nchi ni kubwa, hakuna watu na watu wanapigana kwa ajili ya kukosa elimu.
This besides exploring alternative dispute resolution mechanisms and interventions that benefit younger generations. This gathering at Golbo in Moyale constituency would have ordinarily been deemed to be a conflict resolution meeting. But for 4 days, leaders and professionals brainstormed on different strategies to stem clan conflicts in the region.
One of the main reasons why we want to build this school is to change the thinking of the community. And the only way to change the thinking of the community is to empower them through education.
Education was seen as a key solution to fostering cohesion among the younger population.
The many communities in the county, those who will wish to have decent education, will have an opportunity in this Golbo School of Excellence. Therefore, the communities will intermingle.
This was the groundbreaking ceremony for a center of excellence at Golbo Boys Secondary School in Moyale constituency, where youth from the 18 clans in Marsabit County will mingle as they shape their future.
Hii shule sasa itasaidia kutoa hiyo mambo ya vita kwa bongo ya watoto. Saa hii inabadilika kwa masomo.
Now community, religious and political leaders are calling for a change of tact to ensure future generations are protected by embracing reconciliation and good neighborliness.
Hii shule sio ya gari ama sio ya nana ama ya Konkom peke yake. Hii ni shule ya kila jamii na watu watakuja kwa kila sehemu.
Na hiyo ndi kitu moja ambayo huwa inaharibu shule zetu. Kwa sababu imejengwa hapa, hata principal atoke hapa, hiyo ndiye huwa inaharibu shule za huku. Tuhakikishe tuwe tunaweka nidhamu, tunaweka administration ambaye itaweza kuendesha shule, sio lazima ikuwe ni kijana anatoka hapa.
The Center of Excellence will benefit youth from the larger northeastern region as part of ongoing efforts to have the younger generation take a leading role in changing the mindsets of their communities that are for long engaged in conflicts.
The contribution of this school to the people of Moyale or generally Marsabit County is going to be immense, especially in enhancing cohesion.
All right, time now for sports, where in the EPL, Chelsea came from 2 goals down to earn a draw with Liverpool in Stamford Bridge Classic, a result that only strengthens Manchester City's stronghold on the English Premier League title race. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp missed the game after a suspected positive test for COVID-19, while Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel dropped £97.5 million record signing Romelu Lukaku from his squad after a controversial interview in which he expressed discontent with his current situation.
So shot at. And Chalobah has presented it to